Yeah, what's happening, man? It's your boy Big Sauce, man. JLL, welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I'm honored to have championship winning coach Remus Woods of Lutheran High School, man. How you doing, coach?
I'm doing great, brother. Doing great.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you in here, man. How does it feel?
I don't know, man. It really ain't sank all the way in, but it feels better than losing. I know that much.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
look, before we take, how many years is this for you at Lutheran?
This is my fourth year coaching varsity and my fifth year at Lutheran. I started off as a JV coach at Lutheran.
Fourth year, yeah. So you did this in 4 years. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So let me ask you, where was you at? Because what was it, down 10 in semi-state
Yeah, about 2.5 minutes. We was down 10
at Washington?
versus Lagodi at Washington. Yep.
So who called the timeout to change it, you or them? Like what
Um,
changed that run?
I probably called a timeout after a make, and we switched our defense. We were in full court man, and we went to
Yeah,
the 1-2-2.
yeah. They kind of squeezed them out.
Yeah, we just could see they were getting tired, so we just wanted
Yeah,
to put a zone trap on them and just sped the game up. And the kids were just really like they didn't want to lose. They wasn't trying to go
yeah,
home, and only way you can do that is keep playing. And I just told them, man, turn the gas on. Like y'all got to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
going, and y'all got to do it fast because y'all don't have a lot of time. We do a
yeah,
lot of situational drills in practice, putting them down 12, 3 minutes, stuff like that. So they
yeah.
kind of knew the type of scoring pattern that they needed.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Because that was the one at no point when you in excellent condition, I know you got them boys in excellent condition, you really still always believe. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
they did.
Fatigue makes you quit. You know what I mean? When you get tired, you're gonna quit. So that was one. Now, we've talked previously a lot. I know coming up you was thinking you almost did this kind of play out exactly how you thought? Like I'm gonna play XYZ here, I'm gonna play them in regional, or
Um,
did some waver?
Really, the thing that we tried to do 2 years ago, I always tried to map out the plan the state. So what we did is in June, I took my kids to Bar Reeve right after COVID year because that was one of the routes around Washington, Indiana. I knew that was regionals. Every year we play in Martinsville. They host us. It's like a second home to us. We love playing in Martinsville. They do a really good job hosting us and taking care of us when we go. So I just wanted them to see the entire route. That way, when we go, all the stigmas and stereotypes that they hear from the outside don't matter because we've been there before.
Yeah, yeah. So could you see the composure after doing that before, like going on the road?
I can see them being okay with, like, hey, we got regionals in Martinsville. Nobody's like, oh, Martinsville, I'm scared
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Or
yeah,
we going to Washington, Indiana, like, where is that? No, we know where that is. You could catch some oohs and ahs from seeing the gym because we had never been in the Hatchet House. But, when a lot of my guys went in there, they was like, Coach, we've been to Southport. This ain't too much bigger than Southport. So, yeah, we good.
yeah. Yeah, that's great stuff. That's great stuff.
Yep.
Now I know you are losing too, but the thing about you is, I know LJ's been special, LJ Ward's been special, but the thing about you, you got such a balanced roster. All your guys do the scrappy stuff to contribute, deflections and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What's the core of your teachings as a coach to get your guys to play so hard? Like, where does that start at?
It's mainly just believing in them. I've never been a coach that always sub people on mistakes. I just tell
Yeah,
them get it back on defense. And what I
yeah,
always tell people is whatever you reward, your kids will do. So I don't know if you was watching the championship game. I think I stood up and kind of got super hyped one time, and that was on a defensive play. So
hmm
they kind of know that defense is what I care about. And
hmm
if we play defense, I feel like we got a great chance to win. One of my mottos is 32 minutes of hell. Like if you play 32 minutes of hell on defense, they in trouble.
yeah,
Because not only are they going through hell, we are too because we got to be conditioned enough to do it. but we used to it because we do it every game.
Yeah, yeah.
And with that being said, when you go full court man from the jump, I would tell Caden Loescher, hey, man, I need you to guard him from the parking lot till he go back off the court.
Right.
And he would do it, like just by his heads, and he would just do it. And it really started frustrating teams. And once I seen that, I was like, okay, this is something, I got something going. We're going to stick with this.
Yeah. I agree with you. See, me personally, man to man is just a battle of will. Same
Yeah,
thing
it
when
is.
I went over to LC, like I tried to make man a part of our core defense. It's in your mentality. You going downhill.
It's
Unless
mental.
you pressing or playing man, every other defense is on your heels, and you can't beat people on your heels. So, and then it's just it's a test of how hard you've been working and how tough you are. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I'm gonna stop you every possession.
On that's kind of funny you said that, because I feel like if a team beats us, like, we're not sore losers. Like, you really worked hard, because I know we working hard. You had to be a better team than us because we working.
Right.
Like, from the coaching staff to the players, everybody's doing their job. A lot of these times leading up to the championship, the coaches would all just look at each other and like, hey, we ain't got nothing else. What we looking for? Nothing else. Ain't nothing else to do. We did it. 20 hours of film. Like, the last 3 opponents, we watched every game of the whole season.
Yeah.
From the start to the finish. That way they didn't have no tricks that we hadn't seen.
Damn.
Props to every coach that sent us film, because they definitely sent the film, and we appreciate that.
So y'all watch. So the last 3 opponents would be who? That's
Lagodi, Rock Creek, and then Southwood.
So that's probably 60 games.
And Bloomfield, too. I put Bloomfield in that, too.
So you're talking from tip-off November
all the way out.
Not the edited down joint?
No, we watching Huddle.
Ugh.
All the way through.
Yeah.
Knowing every play, every inbound, if they pressured. We were really looking for, like, what quarter they got tired, what quarter they gave up the most runs, and just really, game planning on that. So if I knew you get tired around 2 minutes into the third, that's when I put my press in.
Yeah. Because actually, most people are going to get physically worn down with just full court man.
Yeah.
Their body, they not. Most dudes get trained to walk the ball up the court. I'm never going to let you be comfortable in doing what you're doing, bro.
Yep.
This is not drills. So if you get a play off, you already did something, because I'm trying
You had to work for it.
Gap. Yeah, you got to work for it. By the time you get it to half court, you've been got turned 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's one reason why we like sharing the wealth, sharing the ball, enjoying each other's success, because it's hard to plan for us. We got 5 guys that average around the same amount of points. You don't know who's going to do something. You take away LJ, you got Caden. You take away Caden, you got DeRay. You take away all 3 of them, you got the bigs. Somebody going to do their job if you taking away somebody else. So a lot of teams that we went against, they had 1 or 2 players that did everything. And we just say that's not enough, because we're going to take both of them away. And if we didn't take them away, they had to do way more to get to their average. So they messed up their game plan.
Yeah. It just burns them out.
Yeah.
It frustrates them. Yeah.
Yep, and that's what we wanted to do. And then we were blessed to have guys like KJ Patterson, who's 6'4", 6'5", that can guard a point guard, to be able to put him on a 2 guard, and that just changes everything. Because if you haven't had a 6'4" guy guard you all year, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Just even trying to make entry passes and passes to the wing and everything.
Entry passes and shooting over him. He changed your arch.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Yep.
That's a great point. So let me ask you a question. You got your core is like 2 sophomores, and you have
I got
2
6
seniors.
sophomores.
6 sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
And they all played a lot, right?
I say 3 of them played a lot. 1 of them got a decent amount of time. The other 2 didn't play much. But they'll be a really talented junior class.
Yeah, that's good. You coming back reloaded. But what I was going to ask you was that I know you've always been a big schedule guy. What do you strive for when you make your schedule, your regular season schedule?
I just want it to be tough. We pretty much got away from all the cakewalks that we've had in the past. I just wanted to be tough, win, lose, or draw. I tell my kids that I'm the only one that keeps the record. So don't worry about the record. I'm the guy that has to defend the record as it ends. It stays with me for life. After you graduate, you don't have to worry about it. But the biggest thing is I want to go 7-0 when sectional start.
Yeah.
That's the only record I care about is 7-0 when sectional start. And they bought into it this year. We went on a losing streak, and it had nothing to do with basketball. It had all to do with learning how to run a culture together. And it worked out because I let them work through it. They had team meetings. I didn't go into meetings because I had already told them what I wanted. They had to figure out how to deliver that.
Yeah. Battling that adversity is hard, man. That take you there.
Yeah, it did. And I can see it even in the championship game. A couple of the guys, hey, man, we ain't doing that. Like you shrugging shoulders, shrugging people off, waving people off, saying I don't care. Those are things that losers do.
Right.
And, they were challenging that up front and vocal. And that's one thing we really wanted them to be able to be is really vocal with each other and be able to not talk behind nobody's back. Tell them the truth. Hey, man, you lollygagging.
Yeah.
I need you to do more. Right now, you don't know the play. That sucks.
Yeah.
You need to sit the bench.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting the team as a whole, So, yeah.
Yeah. And your leaders have to hold the other players accountable. That's how you really win.
Yeah, and hold them accountable in a manner that you respect them still, though. Mm-hmm. And that was the thing that our team had to learn is how to communicate. How you want to be communicated, you got to be able to tell the guy, hey, man, I don't appreciate you yelling at me. But if you tell me, I'm going to listen. Right. And, that worked out.
Yeah, that's good, man. Now, you guys take a little time off, right? What's the plan for the summer?
We did the Tech League last year, so that was fun. Mm-hmm. We got to play Anderson, got to play Addicts, Purdue Poly. I think it gave us a really good environment to learn how to play tough style basketball. So we're going to try to do that Tech League again. We do Charlie Hughes like everybody else. I put my JV guys in varsity leagues. So I'm going to have them playing varsity in some type of league. My freshmen always play JV. And then we're just going to try to find some good games. We usually play around 20 games, though, at least in June. Yeah.
Now let me ask you about your basketball origin. You Broad Ripple alumni, right? Proud Rocket, you know what I mean?
BRHS 2000.
Yeah, I always call them Solid Rockets. Y'all all keep it 100.
Solid Rockets.
Solid Rockets. They keep it 100 with me, Is that where your basketball, like your passion for coaching and leadership, love for the game came into play from?
Coach Smitty was a pretty good role model for me. I hung with him a lot, over the summers and stuff. But I didn't play basketball in high school. I played football, and actually I hustled most of the time. I was in high school. I did anything I could to survive. And so what I'm mainly known for in high school, I sold candy. I had a candy store. So I had a whole Nino Brown operation in high school. Man, I probably made $200 a day as a kid in high school for 3-4 years, man. So that was really my focus in high school, was making money. So, it was pretty cool. But I knew I wanted to help kids. And I actually started off coaching football at Manual. Did a really good job over there, had a lot of fun. And then I coached girls track over there. But then I kind of realized football was more of a numbers game. To be able to get wins, you needed the numbers a lot of times. So when I went to Indy Parks, I was like, man, I can coach basketball, starting the rec league level, and just study on the things that I didn't get to learn in high school from not playing. I think I can do that. And Cheryl Jackson Newsom, that was over at the Gardens, she helped me out. She was like, man, they respond to you in a different manner. You should get into it. So that's what I did.
Yeah. I think that's about the time I met you in the Gardens. I was like, all right, man, you know what he's doing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Usually, I come in the game, if I don't know you, I'm trying to get 75.
Yeah.
I mean, we in that thing grinding. You like, hey, man, I'm here. I'm like, oh, shit, man, this dude can coach. So, It
Yeah.
let me know your mind. And so I met you after the game, started watching how you coach the philosophies. And
Yeah,
the
I was
thing
standing
about
up
it, like,
then though. I was standing up then. I wasn't sitting down then.
yeah, oh no, yeah, you was standing up whole game.
Yeah, I was standing up then, man. But I thought learning how to coach rec league really helped me a lot because it helped me learn how to develop.
Yeah,
Because in rec league, everybody get a pick, you have a draft and all that good stuff. So it's really similar to high school. Like you don't know the kids that you're getting, and you don't always have an advantage.
yeah,
So you have to learn how to get something out of a kid that can barely dribble. What can you
yeah,
get out
yeah,
of it? Well, I always felt like you
yeah,
could play defense.
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
felt like winning those rec leagues helped me out later on because I learned how to get more out of kids than you can averagely get.
See, that's the part of the game I love, like seeing that kid nobody believed in make that left hand layup,
Yeah.
get that and one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
man, we worked
Yeah.
on that for 2 months. See,
Yep.
that's where I really love the game. So, yeah, when did you? So, is Lutheran your first? Was that the first basketball gig?
Yeah, actually, one of my kids that went to Lutheran, Joe Fabian, and his dad was like, "Hey, man, they got a JV job open. Would you like to do it?" I was like, "Well, yeah, man, let me try it out," because I really wasn't looking into it. So I went over and did it. And then that year, the head coach was retiring, and honestly, my parents like went to the AD and was just like, "Hey, don't let our coach leave. We want him to be the varsity coach," and they really supported me to getting a job because I had applied for Tinley. So it was between Lutheran and Tinley, and Lutheran called first.
History in the making. History in the
Yeah, I mean,
making.
and that was good, man. I was glad. It's been one of the best communities for me. My daughter goes to Lutheran. They love it. And I just feel like the culture was accepting enough to let me grow the program in a manner that I wanted to grow it and put my own vision. I always give props to my AD. He don't bother me. He just tell me, "Hey man, don't get a whole bunch of technicals. Don't
Yeah,
violate no
yeah,
rules." And other than that, do you? It's your program, and that's been a godsend because a lot of ADs I feel like get in the way.
yeah.
And if you catch you an AD that trusts you, that's a really good thing.
Now, let me ask you a question, man. This struck me while you were talking. Our background playing like, you had the Gardens, I had my programs, we playing high level AAU, all those pressure situations. Does that allow you to keep more calm in the high school situations? After all that
Um,
out,
I don't know. I'm just real laid back and like a lot of the situations don't bother me because I know you have to be even killed to get through things. And the reason why what helps me be calm is I want my kids to be calm. So I know they're going to take on the ownership of what I do. So say for instance against Lagodi, if I was panicking and doing all kind of different things, they would have started panicking.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So since I was calm and I'm giving it to them, we can still do this. Just focus, get it done. They focus, they get it done. So I think that really helped. A lot of the different stuff that we did get to see in AAU, I think it helped me on the structure of learning how to train supreme athletes. Because I had a chance to see some really good athletes, and just understanding that hard work is in between success. Like everything you want is on the other side of hard work.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Because I mean, we used to
and you gotta
practice
separate
4 days a
yourself.
week just to go play Teague, and when we beat
Yeah.
Teague, we felt like that was the best thing in the world because we knew they had some stuff that we didn't have.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It gave you that hunger, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
did. It gave us that
Yeah,
hunger,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it also taught us too that neighborhood kids could do just as much with the right tools.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, see, that's similar to me, man. I used to be kind of extremely passionate. OG ref, Jeff Cottrell one time told me, he was
Yeah,
like,
good dude.
good dude, great dude. He's like, man, you smart as hell, bro. Just stop letting people pick at you.
Yeah,
And I just sat down and got my board, and I'm like,
and that's
oh,
kind
man,
of how
I'm
Phil
against
McKay,
this shit. Yeah,
Phil, he kind of hooked me up with just, man, hey, man, you can't ref the refs. You
right.
might as well coach your kids, and if you start coaching your kids, you'll be a better coach. And I love him for that because I really took that to heart, and it did make me a better coach.
Right. Because, first coming in, I was so good. I took every call personal. You know what I mean? I did. And then I realized, and then I tried to ref one time, and I was like, oh, shit, man.
I ain't never doing that.
Ain't
Never.
no way. I just did it to do it, to be like what they go through. Halftime, I was like, oh, y'all got it. You know what I mean? I can't do this for the
Yeah, that's
50,
tough, man. And, I appreciate refs. I don't like when they have an agenda, but I understand. It's life. You know what I mean? But I respect them enough to understand finding out where they stand at and then coaching my kids on the other side.
Well, what happens is you need them to have the same control of your emotions that they asking you to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I just want consistency, really, though. Even if you're a bad ref, be bad. So what? Be bad the whole way. Just consistent. And the inconsistent refs are what kind of bother kids. And, I kind of try to bring them through, hey, it's okay. They bad. But long as they consistent, and that's what we can work with.
Yeah. Are you, how early do y'all get the schedules in for next year?
We should be done with our schedule around June. A lot of times we got 2 and 3 year contracts though, so a lot of stuff stay the same.
Yeah. That's good, man. I know you're trying to run it back now, so I gotta ask you because I did the pod, man. You've been so successful. I know you rooted there. You got your girl there. Somebody come at you, would you listen?
Well, you always got to listen. You always got to listen. But I don't know, man. It would take a lot. Like it really would. I really enjoy what I'm doing, where I'm at, and it's nothing like peace of mind.
Right.
And at Lutheran, I got a peace of mind, and that's something that I really value. My daughter loves Lutheran. I got another daughter about to come up through Lutheran, and we really have a family environment. But and I think that's the most important when it's all said and done. Like, do they support you enough, and can you keep doing what you're doing and enjoying it? And I do. I'd love to have 3 or 4 rings at Lutheran.
Yeah. It'd be a great run. And sometimes the grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean?
No, it ain't. And it's nothing against the bigger schools, but I just feel like we get to do something a little bit different because they don't want me to stay where I'm at. I'm a glitch in the system right now, I feel. Not a lot of 1As from Indianapolis win state titles. Tinley got one in, and then Indy Metro got one in out of Indianapolis. But they were so far apart. Like, it hasn't been a consistent 1A causing the South problems from Marion County in a long time. And that's one of my goals, to be that consistent 1A. Like, okay, they coming. And that's what I want. Yeah.
Hey, look at it like that. That's a great point, man.
And if you think of it, Marion County just about owns 4A. 3A, they do a really good job. They don't necessarily own it. 2A, they do a good job. But 1A, we get slaughtered going through the South.
Wow. Yeah.
So we trying to be a consistent force to where the South got to be like, man, we got to play that Marion County team.
Yeah. So they was just used to just getting an easy win coming out of Marion County.
Yeah, and I think the bigger thing is they play different in the South. And it's not that it's good, bad, and different. I definitely respect their playing style because they play hard. But the way they ref the games is different. It's a lot less contact. And when we go south, you tend to see a lot more free throws. And, free throws can make it hard when it's 35-12 or 27-10. That can make the game hard.
So you're allowed to be a little bit more physical in Marion County?
Yeah, 100%. They'll let you play a little bit more in Marion County. Down south, you get a little bit more of the hand checks because they're not used to that full court pressure game. Yeah.
So just smother them. They think you fouling it. Get them off.
Yeah.
Get
them off me. And, they do that little, how they keep doing this the whole time trying to create space. Yeah. And it's different.
Yeah, ain't no way, ain't no space because I'm not touching you. I'm just in front of you.
Yeah, but they have a lot of talented coaches down there. And they have a lot of, their whole city. The city of, let's say, Lagodi, the city of Bar Reed. They support them kids. They got a whole city behind them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I really want to give you flowers, man. I saw the come up. You know what I mean? I've seen the ascension. I know the grind, and
Yeah, I
it
appreciate it.
takes a lot, man. You know, you managing personalities, egos,
Man.
kids, but one thing about it is I noticed with you, like your staff, your coaches, your players, everybody always unified, even on the pictures.
Hmm.
Even back when you first got the job, you kind of set a tone of unity first. That's where it kind of started. Even when you was coaching JV, like
Yeah.
giving
Well,
them a little
it
pub,
kind of helped
stuff like
me
that.
with a football background. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but even in my coaching of basketball, I bring a lot of football stuff with me. Like I got 9 coaches. That's football. You know what I mean? That
Yeah, yeah,
nobody
yeah.
has 9 coaches. But we all got assignments and we all working on something different. And I think that really pays a huge toll because it's hard to outwork a 9-man staff if you only got 3.
Yeah,
You know, that's a lot of film being watched, a lot of opinions. I try to empower all my assistants. You know, I don't want a lot of yes men tell me what you
yeah,
feel. I don't have to listen, but you know, I do want
right.
to know what you feel.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ask tons of people what they feel because something might click to me like, man, you're right,
yeah.
and go
You
with
you
it.
just taking one little piece of it and
Yeah,
adding
that's
to
it.
what you were
It might
thinking.
not be one thing out of 20 things you told me. Might just
Yeah,
click
yeah,
in. And really just getting rituals in practice. And, you know, each one of my coaches relate to different kids on my team.
yeah,
And that helps too because some people catch their ear before other people.
yeah, yeah. And you have a plan. When you got a plan, you always succeed, man.
Yeah, yep,
That's how it
yep,
goes. Yeah, you came in with a plan.
yep.
So, as for next year go, I think you guys are gonna be the favorite, probably coming in. Excuse me.
Yep.
Um, I know you should have been coach of the year, but you know you are coach of the year, so
I
it
appreciate it,
is.
man. I take the ring though. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I love to be coach of the year and all that good stuff, but man, I'm telling you, that ring feel good.
That ring,
Hey, they can
that ring,
have it. One thing I got to
yeah,
get better at myself though, constructive criticism though. You know, I don't go into a lot of the basketball association stuff for coaches, and a lot of those awards I feel like come from that knowing the coach and different things. I kind of stay to myself. And it's one thing constructively I got to do better at is getting around and getting in the room and, you know, politicking with coaches. It's all about politics.
yeah, yeah. Making relationships.
Yeah, and that's
You know
all.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
So I
yeah,
got it.
yeah. And by this time, you prove you know you done rock
Yeah,
the
I'm
boat.
supposed to
Now
be in
you
the
can
room
connect.
now. I got to go.
Right, right, right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for
Yeah,
me, it
I
means a
got to go.
lot to be able to interview you, especially seeing where we started, knowing where you started.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, knowing
It's
your
always
grind.
fun, man, to go back to remember them Fieldhouse days, man.
Always,
I
always.
still remember the first conversation. Hey, man, he too old. I know him.
Yeah. Is that what I said?
Yeah, I had what's his name, man? I forget now. But he was playing down, and I ain't know he was. He's like,
Oh,
man,
he
I know
playing. Oh
him.
yeah, I'm like, I know. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that
He
was
probably
cool,
like,
man.
chill, nigga. I got you. All right, yeah, yeah. I wasn't tripping.
Yeah,
I
but nah,
wasn't
that was
tripping.
cool, man. And you know, it's good to see more brothers going into coaching, and you know, going from AAU to high school. I think the biggest thing I would tell most coaches is you really got to get in your bag and start learning. Like
Yeah,
it's so much more you can learn if you study.
yeah,
And that's one thing I did was because coming from AAU, you come from more of a quick hitter, you know,
yeah,
sets and stuff like that. And then when you come to high school, everybody got film. So
yeah,
film changes everything.
yeah,
Whatever you thought your first 3 choices, you ain't going to be able to do.
yeah,
You're going to have something else. And I can tell when a coach is really prepared because they have really good adjustments.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then I see a lot of coaches with a lot of quick hitter plays. And, man, if you take away the wing passes, it's over with.
They
So they
done.
struggle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially with a good, if you can put some length on the point guard, smother the wing. Most
Yeah.
people done anyway.
Yep, and
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
they don't know what to do because they don't have any motion offenses. I think that was one of my biggest things. My first year was like, man, I got to get my bag up, you know, motion
yeah,
wise. You need more than 2 plays to beat a zone. You got to be able to beat every zone. Understand that your kids got to be prepared. So it made my preparation go way further than where it was.
Yeah, yeah. And ain't nothing like losing.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you lose, you turn
Yeah.
into Albert Einstein 4 a.m. drawing up
Yeah.
shit because, you don't want to lose no more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
last year we lost to a 3-2 zone. I mean, I looked at 3-2 zones probably for 6 months.
Yeah.
I did. And when we played, one of my buddies, he's the coach, Clint Jacksonville, and we played him. He hopped right in that 3-2. I was like, I got something for you this time, bro.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
but I
like
mean,
going
he
back
taught me
confident.
something though. He prepared us for this season to be ready for anything, And when you're trying to win a championship, you got to be ready for anything. They can pull out anything on you.
Yeah. Nah, it was an amazing run, man. I see you can get. I think you can get multiple ones. Let's talk about some of your returning kids that'll be juniors next year.
Yeah.
And let the world know kind of who coming back and what's the core of Lutheran basketball moving forward.
I say my junior class next year. I got Lonte Ward. He'll be a great talent. Led us a lot this year. We got Caden Loescher, another great talent. He led us in the state game with 22 points. We got Boss Jones, super quick point guard. Played some really good minutes in the state this year. We got Ray McCaney, 6'6", sophomore. I got a 6'5" sophomore named Reese. He didn't get to play this year with a minor meniscus tear. He's back healthy, so he's going to be good. We got some seniors. We got 3 seniors that are be with this class. It's going to be fun, man. I think with that group already being together a year, pushing another year together is going to be really good. Everybody's pretty good scorer, but everybody that I just named plays defense.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to hang our hat. Like, we're going to play defense.
Yeah. And I think, like, you just got dogs, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can tell, like me, I look at the body on the players, the movement. I look at the stats. When you got 3-4 players getting 3-4 steals, kids getting 7 steals, that means we eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means
And
our
the
ribs are
other
showing
thing,
we
too,
eating.
though, is getting a year to build a culture together. They come out better each year. So for them being sophomores is a blessing. And then mixing some senior talent with them, it just helps everything work the right way.
Yeah. It's gonna be beautiful, man. And the thing I love about you is you have a great relationship with your football coach. So
Yeah.
T-sport athlete thing works well. A lot of your players are strong, mentally tough. Can deal with fatigue better than a lot of other normal players.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I go to every football game. I support my kids. And I also encourage them to play 2 or 3 sports, man, just because you just never know. Like, some of my kids have gotten full rides on the football side and more money than they got on the basketball side. You just never know with a kid. And being that we only have 200 kids in our school, every athlete matters.
Wow.
Yeah, every athlete matters, and it's always better to share.
Now, you guys have won it in football before too, right?
Well, they've won 2 years in a row in football.
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they got 2 in a row, and then we just won 1. So yeah, it's been some good years.
They popping over there on the southeast side, man.
Yeah, man, it's been some good years. Just
They hold
good
it
kids,
down,
good coaching, and just guys that go to work. It ain't easy. They didn't win undefeated 2 years. That's even crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, it's an honor, man. You on history with Ray Crow and Ron Heflin, John Boyd.
No, man, I'm just a
greats,
little guy
man.
on the totem pole, man. I'm trying to get my sights up. I seen that. I was like, man.
Yeah. It's still. I was shocked that it was still less than 20.
Yeah, it
I mean?
is, man. It is.
Yeah. So,
And if you really think about it, though, it's just not that many black coaches that have head coaching spots. Most of them are assistants, and it's just hard for them to get somebody to trust them to get the coaching spot. And we have a lot of talented black coaches that are eligible for some of these head coaching jobs out here. And somebody need to give them a chance, man. You can't keep going with something that ain't been working.
yeah, yeah.
They gotta give him
And
a
I think
chance. I
what
thought your
separates you
list
is
earlier was head on. Like
yeah.
DeAndre Brock, man, I hit him up all the time. Like
Oh yeah.
Warren Central's run was one of my favorite runs. And I ask him all the time, man, what'd you do? He tell me most of the stuff, but he won't tell me the 2-3 buster that he had. But it's all right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just really learning from some of these guys with these great talents, like Phil over at LC, great basketball mind.
Yeah.
These guys can take some programs to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree, man. And it's like you naming guys who a lot of people don't account for.
Yeah.
Social skills, bro. Like
Yeah.
one thing I learned working at LC, like a lot of kids I was able to get to is they love me because they know I appreciated them, I respected them. They know I genuinely care for them. I come from somewhere where they come from. So when you relate to kids, that teaching part is much easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like trying to teach somebody how to read and write and they ain't ate breakfast. You got to figure out what's wrong with them first and then get to them. You got guys like Brock.
And
And
Hawkins,
they can
same
get to
way,
those kind of
just
kids.
know how to talk to him outside of a basketball game.
Yeah, yeah.
And that pays huge dividends for why they win so much. If you look at Hawks' winning percentage, it's great.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And the fact that, what I like about him is, like I said, he get a lot of his players, the guys averaging 5-6 points, still
They
get
going to college.
some looks. They going to college. And that's what it's about, man. Black man in America getting kids to college is priceless.
Yeah, it is.
We honored by that fraternity. I'm glad to see you in it. My goal, I'm gonna get one of y'all down one day. I got a relationship with a lot of y'all. John Boyd kind of raised me. I learned a lot from him.
Okay.
So I wanna get y'all together, man, because we really got to give each other flowers, celebrate each other.
Would be cool to do a coaching dinner, man. We need to start that up, man.
Right up, yeah.
Yeah, we can start doing that, man. Get a coaching dinner together.
Yeah, get a coaching dinner together. Keep racking up accolades, making them mad, man. So now, do you do a lot of trips down south? You're gonna go down south probably next year a couple of times.
I plan to, in June, I'm trying to decide if we're going to go to Bar Reeve or do one of those tournaments in June. Because, like I said, I like to put my boys on the route that you got to go to. It's fun doing all the other stuff, but, our route is different than most schools. So I want to do the route we got to go through so we can own it.
I got a question. I got a question for you before I let you get out of here. Are these 3 and 4 A's around Central Indiana taking your calls, man? Can you get a game?
Now I can get a game. When I first started at Lutheran, man, I couldn't get a game.
Okay.
Now, a couple of them are calling us, asking us to be a part of things, which is cool. And we have a nice amount of 4As on our schedule, and we're appreciative to have them because they help prepare us totally. And being a part of Marion County helps us too because we usually get a 4A game out of that also.
Great game. That great. I saw you mention it in the article I read, that great game against LN.
Yeah, had a great game against LN.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what it taught us was we had enough juice to do it.
Yeah.
And a couple of the LN players after the game was like, man, y'all gonna win state.
Damn.
That's what they said, like straight up. And a couple of my guys heard that and they appreciated that.
Now, break this down for the people that don't know about the hierarchy. So you guys have just won it. If you win state again next year, or is it regionals, you have
I think if we win regionals, we go to 2A.
Okay.
So if we go to semi-state next year, we'll go to 2A.
Okay. And then that's hard. They only give you 2 years to do it, huh? You got to get out of there.
Hey, that's fine, though. We would love to win again and go to 2A with open arms.
Yeah. That'd be beautiful.
So, and that's the same for football this year, too. So, if they win this year, they'll go to 2A.
Yeah. They got to let somebody else get a shot. Shit, y'all mess around, win 2A, too.
Hey, man, it'll just up the bar a little bit for us, different teams. And main thing is the kids get to have fun, and we get to, as long as it's 5-on-5, I think we got a shot.
Hey, how shocked were you that coach trapped you in that championship game?
Man, it was one of the weirdest coaching experiences ever because all week I was just like, he gonna trap me all game? I'm not getting beat by no trap. Like, this is me talking to myself. And I was like, man, he going to trap me all game. Like, every day I'm going back and forth with myself. And I'm telling my coaches, fellas, he ain't going to trap us all game. You know, I don't believe he's going to do this. And he did it, man. And if he would have watched every game this year, watching us, he should have seen we didn't get trapped all year. Not even by 4A teams. We killed presses. We know the pass. You know what I mean? We passed through presses. And I just couldn't believe it, to be honest, man. I thought he would have adjusted. Even if he did come out and trap, I thought he would have came out of it. So all week I was trying to prepare for what he might do. And but he stayed in it. You know, guys,
so it was like a 2-2-1 or something.
He had a half court 1-3-1, and then he did a 2-3 trap, kind of what Anderson runs in the half court.
Yeah.
So basically, we just was looking for somebody to go middle and attack every time. Middle, attack, go. Beat the pressure down the court, middle, attack, go. And we just wanted to play really fast because we didn't think that they played as fast as we play. And we just wanted to speed them up a lot.
Because I read where he was like, well, that's just what we do. And I'm like, bro, you got to watch the film, bro, because these dudes are fast.
Yeah, you got to watch the film. And you got to be willing enough not to be stubborn.
Yeah.
Like, because as a coach, I can be stubborn sometimes, but, man, I throw anything out the window. Yeah. I don't care if it's my favorite offense I've been running since 2 years old. I would throw it away.
Man, we got to try something, baby. Got to try something.
If it don't work, and I don't think my kid's going to be successful with it, my team know, hey, Woods going to get rid of it. Yep, he's gone.
So what did Bloomfield play against y'all? Come out against y'all?
They played man majority. They had a really good big though. Peter Combs, man, hats off to him. Once he got the ball, he was really good on his post moves and really attacked us really well. LJ only played 9 minutes in that game, and it hurt us. He had 3 fouls in the first quarter. So before I could sit him out, they gave him another foul, and he didn't get to play much. So that hurt us on our speed of our game. Him and Caden usually pushed the tempo. Caden kind of took the lead and was a high scorer in that game also, and it kind of helped lead us to that win.
Yeah. So mostly it's either zone. Some people may play man.
Yeah, they'll play a 2-2-1 to try to slow us down and then drop into a 2-3. That's what Lagodi did. And then, or they'll play a pack line man defense.
Yeah, try to sit there.
Yeah, but the best part was this year we had DeRay Smith, and with pack line, you got to give up the 3, and he could shoot it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he stayed in that thing too, man. You almost crushed the honey bun. You
know
what I mean?
Yeah, I just wanted the rest of the kids to be able to play, man. You know, you never know how many times you're going to be blessed to be able to play on that type of stage, and I just wanted everybody who was in there to be able to play. Yeah.
Nah. Well, you know, for the trenches, it's just a huge honor. Yeah. You know, see you holding the trophy, talk to the mayor. Yeah. Just it's hard work. It's attrition. Yeah. Because I know the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you got it and something fell in your lap.
It didn't happen overnight.
Right. Yeah. Right. Each player been molded, man. So we salute you. Good luck, man. You know, I know it's a run of them coming. I want to get over there and I still owe you. I owe you some stuff on the 2-2-1. I'm gonna tighten it up.
Yeah, man, we need that 2-2-1, man. See what we can do next year with it.
Cause we trying to run that 1A back next year, so.
Yeah, I think we can do it, man. LJ put on there though. We plan to be back, and you know, once they get a taste of it, man, they start listening different. Yeah. And that's a good thing.
And they coming in as leaders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they know how to win.
Yeah, they know how to win.
They knew what it took to win, and that's the best thing.
So, with your core being so young, were you able to still get some pieces in your JV, some scrappy pieces that might help you later on?
Yeah, we had a really good freshman class also, so they got to move up to JV this year. So they got some good stuff. It's a pretty good core. Like I said, the whole core is really good. We'll be competitive the next few years, really. Okay. Well, good luck to you, my brother. Thanks a lot, bro.
For taking the time. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for all the support. And thanks for all the community, too. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Much love. See you soon.
All right, bro.
Peace.